Okay, take 4. This is like the 3rd time it went off, so I don't... If it goes off again, I'm going to have to just totally take the phone down, bring it into Devin and see if he can erase things successfully, because apparently I can't. Anyhow, this is for entertainment reasons only. I am not a medical doctor or psychiatrist or attached to any law enforcement in any way. What I discuss is in my opinion and allegedly for entertainment reasons only, in my opinion and allegedly. It's my opinion and I'm entitled to it. Okay. In my opinion, for entertainment purposes only, everyone is presumed innocent until proven guilty in the USA. The Fifth Amendment, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights stands behind that. And what is it? The Second Amendment? Is it the amendment? Freedom of speech. Freedom to write and speech. And it's in my opinion, so it's not based on fact. It's based on what I see after I meditate and after I do my prayers. Okay, so this is a protection shield for anybody who watches my videos, body, mind, and spirit. I'm hoping you see this. I don't know why it's so important for me. And I want to stand because I've been sitting lately, especially in the nail shop yesterday. So, you see the smoke? Now you can. Okay. All right. So, the protection shield is body, mind, and spirit of protection. In the name of Jesus, please protect me, my family, and those I read for. In Jesus' name, thank you. Amen. God, please protect all who watch my videos with the healing love and white light of divine. Thank you. And also Archangel Michael is always around in all my videos. All you have to do is say, please, Archangel Michael, protect me from anything mischievous and protect me from any kind of harm. Thank you. My guides, God and Jesus, keep out any negative or mischievous energy. I'm in a white blanket of sparkles and crystals, protected by the divine. My guardian angel never leaves me. And so, therefore, your guardian angels never leave you as well. And God is always with you. God is always with me and everybody who's listening. God is always with us, loving us, forgiving us, fighting for us, and helping. I am a warrior of God. I work in Jesus' white light of heaven. I'm protected at all times. My spirit guides are with me 24/7, 365. Archangel Michael, I am divinely protected. At all times, nothing negative or dark can come near me or the souls I'm trying to find. Amen. In Jesus' name, amen. Now, I've read... Why did that go off? Electronics today has been very nuts. Okay. I read all these. I've said my personal prayers as well. And I write down people's names to get the energy. I usually do it at least 3 times. And then I just think of them. And then this picture that I created helped a lot. Definitely helped a lot. Because I just put my hand on it, actually. All right. So angels, guardian angels, and spirit guides are with me, and they're with you 24/7, 365. And I call them, I just heard this today, and I added it in pink, my divine team. So everybody has a divine team. Everybody. Okay. Put her in the sage. And don't worry, I already Palo Santo'd, but I'm sure I'm going to Palo Santo again because it's one of those days. Okay. All right. A sip of coffee. Okay, so I think I might want to sit down now. I know. What happened to standing up? Yeah, I think I might be able to think better if I sit down, so. Okay, so I'm gonna shuffle several different cards, and isn't this beautiful? It's selenite, a half moon of selenite, which pretty sure DC gave to me. Shout out for DC. I hope you have a lot of healing energy and have your angels around you, because DC hasn't been feeling well. So prayers up for my friend, my good friend, my beautiful sister, soul sister from another mister and another mother, DC, from Washington, DC. This is from you, selenite. What I do is I usually have it on my dresser in the dining room, my bookcase in the living room. And when I take off all these necklaces that are all full of my steam, all full of my energy, especially the amethyst that's under here somewheres, yeah, with the chakras on it, I wear that. This is the big guns. You put it on selenite, and you don't have to put it in the windowsill. If you put it on selenite, that'll absorb anything that's negative, and it just automatically cleans itself. So that's why selenite is so good. Okay, it's the selenite dance. Selenite dance. Yeah, it just got weird. It really did. It got weird. Okay, well, because I'm weird. I'm a weird type of person, but in a good way. I don't think it's a bad way. Okay, did you put your makeup on today? Did you put your face on? Don't you feel better when you put your face on? Devin sees me putting a whole bunch of makeup on. He's like, what are you doing? I thought you were going for a walk. I was like, that's later. And I was like, I have to do some sort of reading. And he goes, you're putting a whole bunch of makeup on to go for a walk and sweat it and sweat? I was like, no, I'm putting on my makeup because that's how I wake up. Okay. It's under my eyes now. Okay. And he was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I can't figure you out. So, yeah, I know I had done these cards for Jennifer. And I'm just basically, do I have notes? I'm basically, this is what I'm going to say. How many minutes am I in? This is another 7 minutes. Okay. So I basically have one thing of notes. When I was just thinking of her. Walk through the valley of Chai, where death is top floor of you alone. Will leave you breathless. Okay, no, that was a Kanye West song that I never finished. Okay, so Jennifer Dulos, what I was getting when I was sitting on the couch meditating, she's very close to God. She's very spiritual. Her morals are strong, okay, in comparison to the guy she was married to. All right, but often, and she's an empath, often, we know this already, empaths will attract narcissists, and narcissists look for empaths because they need somebody who constantly is the opposite of them so that they can feel better, because they're not going to go with another narcissist because that can't feed them, that can't feed their ego. So they're going to go with somebody who's very empathetic, who thinks that they'll change and thinks that they can change them and they're going to get better because they have hope. Empaths always have hope, and sometimes we have too much hope. Sorry about that side comb over. Okay, keep the bangs straight. I'm going to get my hair done tomorrow hopefully to get lilac and dark purple, lilac, dark purple highlights, basically. Okay, let's see if we can screw that one up. Yeah. So Jennifer, do not worry. She is safe in God's hands, with God. Okay, no one else could step into the reading right now. right now, I only want to do Jennifer Farber Dulos, okay? Later on, because they know on my mind is Summer and on my mind is Michael, but I can only do one at a time right now. So spirit guides, protect me, and just, even though they're at the fence, they're like at the fence with their hands like, pick me, I want to talk, I want to talk, I want to talk. Okay, but they have to back up. I got, for the past week, I've been getting a heartbeat in my eye, my right eye. And yeah, some people will say that's coffee, that's your blood pressure, but I tend to have very low blood pressure. And this is only the second cup of coffee, so don't even. But I did have Coke. I did have a Diet Coke. So that's all caffeine. And it's stress. There's something bothering me. If I can't get it out, it'll stay in there and bother me. And I don't know if you could see it. Can you see it? It just like boom, 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 boom. Okay, it's like an alien trying to get out of my eye. All right. Anyhow, sorry about that. All right, so I just want Jennifer Dulos and her spirit guides to talk to me. Because Jennifer, we have not found you yet. And I'm gonna ask my subs to do something a little bit strange. Okay, I did not put my earrings on. Holy crap. I'm sorry in advance, but I certainly put my necklaces on, didn't I? Okay, my bracelets. Okay. And Kim Magical, I didn't go to the post office yet. I can't wait to get your package. I saw everybody else's packages and I was so happy and grateful that we are all in a tribe of sisterhood. And I can't wait to get them. And I wanted to make an order with you because you have a couple of things that you made that I know will be great presents to give to my family and friends. Okay, so I'll talk to you about that on the text. Anyhow, Jennifer. Okay, so I'm going to try to get my ADD to calm down. And I'm going to do that by the smoke of the sage and the Palo Santo up in this biatch. And I'm going to light a purple candle for you. Okay, Jen? You're welcome, sweetie. She said, thank you, Katrina. She appreciates anybody who brings up her name, doesn't forget her. Because you know what? At this point, God, of course, has whatever he did when Photos Dulos got in there. I don't know why I want to pull it over to the side, but I'm getting like itchy. I know that looks terrible. I look like a boy. Okay. Help me to focus, please, my guides. Thank you. Nobody wants to see me jump all over the place. It's really annoying, I'm sure. If it's annoying to me, I could times it by 1,000,000 and imagine how my viewers feel. This is for Jennifer. So, oh, isn't she beautiful? This one is Sunflower. Look at her back. Look at the waist. She's so happy. Okay. That's how I picture you, Jen. Okay. So sorry about the constant interruptions. But what I'm going to ask my... sorry. What I'm going to ask my subs is, could you, if you have something in your mind as I'm talking or making a fool of myself, as I'm doing a reading, or maybe just in general because you resonate with Jennifer Dulos, or you love her, or you just heard her story and just like, so many people commiserated and felt Shanann, the magic of Shanann, the light of Shanann, Catherine Ruzek Watts. and in turn they clicked on and they would try to figure out what happened to her and different things. Well, Shanann had been found a couple of days later. Jennifer Dulos, just a couple of bloody rags have been found. So, I mean, you can go back to my readings and other people's readings if you want to know the gory details, but what I'm going to focus on and what I'm going to ask you guys to focus on, and you, as you could tell, it's hard for me to focus, right? Your girl has a lot of trouble focusing, okay? But what I want you to focus on is, if you get any indication, if you know Connecticut, I have a lot of good people and friends out in Connecticut. One of them is my Bayo, Eileen. If you could think of different streets and stuff that I should look into, or just tell me about them, because I'm very bad at locations. My purple pal, Carol, if you could tell me, give me a little information where I know we were looking into the sewers a few years ago, and then we got a dead end. And I feel like they really did look. I feel like they really did search. Was her body moved? But like, I need places. But first I'm gonna not listen to anybody, and then all my psychic friends out there, if you can give Jennifer Dulos, I know Ruby has, and I used to work on this with maybe Genocide. I don't know if Genocide ever did Jennifer Dulos, but maybe Genocide, if you can do a reboot to Jennifer Dulos, and see if we can get the oil in the wheels again, the energy going again for this girl, this mother of 5, this daughter. Okay, her mother is 90 years old. Okay, another shout out for another creator and slash friend. I like to call her friend. Her name is Kim from Insightly Digest. Go over to her channel, give her some love, sub up, okay, if you want to. We can't force you to, but she does a lot of things. And when I was first getting into Jennifer Dulos, I used to watch Insightly Digest with Kim. She doesn't do that many videos anymore because she has a regular job, okay? And she's busy. And she has 2 sons to take care of and a husband. So anyhow, but she lives in Connecticut. So she had a lot of Connecticut background and rode a horse, money. Connecticut, okay? Anyway, excuse me, Connecticut? Okay. Anyway, we know you have money, Connecticut. All right. Anyway, you're talking to a Staten Island New Yorker. All right. Lucky if I could pay my rent. Anyhow, not everybody in Connecticut is rich, but this girl was. But what she keeps telling me is, Katrina, money doesn't buy you happiness. Money doesn't always mean a happy ending. And that's what she wanted. She wanted the family, the husband that would adore her and be on board with her, not against her in terms of the children. And he was always pushing the children in different competitive direction, and it was too much, and he wasn't listening enough to her. Love you, Jen. I'm gonna try my best. And I never, if you don't see a video about somebody that's still missing, do not think that this vault up here, even though I'm like, I forget words and I gotta tell you something and I forget what it is, then I call you back or text you back. Yeah, that's just called brain damage. No, it's called aging. Okay, and yeah, it's aging. And what am I going to do? And I think it's a side effect of my sleeping pill, because studies show that Ambien causes memory loss for the short-term memory. So like a word or a story that I wanted to tell somebody, and even when I was teaching, I'd be sitting. I mean, a lot of it is sleep deprivation, but I certainly had enough sleep now that I'm not working. So, I just go to bed at 5 a.m. Like, I'm sleeping before 5 a.m. Don't get twisted. Okay, let's get back to basics over here, because I'm even getting annoyed with myself. All right. So I don't know why I have a nervous energy, but I feel like some of it is coming off of Jennifer. So let me just read the notes, because she said one at a time, slow it down. Yeah, I'm in a manic state, okay? It's called coffee, and my thyroid is like out of whack. This is how I get, like, right before I go into thyroidosis, start worrying about little things, and then feeling overwhelmed, and then having too much caffeine, and then just letting things go through my mind, like, you're not good enough, you didn't do good enough, you didn't clean up enough, you're not going to be ready. And then you just got to crash and stop the voices in your head that are saying bad things to you, and you have to replace them with good things, like, damn, you did a lot of things in your whole life. Look at your life as a whole, okay? All right? Hey, last week you cleaned that bedroom like nobody's business, okay? You could just think about that for a few days, okay? A few weeks. Anyhow, doesn't matter. All right, so, no, what I want to say, though, seriously speaking, is if you're talking bad to yourself, then you'll tend to get headaches more, you'll get stressed out, you'll get this eye thingy, okay? But sometimes I don't know where to put my finger on it, because I do a lot of cases, and that's why I try not to take on too many more cases, because it gets crowded up there, and in my heart, and in my brain, and my third eye, and I don't like that feeling. It's like a cluttered table. And so then my angel and God says to me, you can't do it all. Do what you can do, and you can pay attention to those things and leave the rest off for the other people to do. Okay? You don't have to do it all. You can do what you can do. Okay? But do it correctly. That's what my mother used to always say. What good is it if I do 25 things if I don't do 25 things correctly, and I mess it all up? I'd rather do, 5 things or 3 cases correctly, and let the other ones go. What am I talking about? Somebody help me. Somebody help me, please. Okay, I'm gonna read the notes. They said read the notes and do the cards. That's it. Okay, so I have Jennifer Dulos as a spiritual person. She was a spiritual person on earth, fairly religious on earth, and but always suffered with some sort of self-doubt and depression. It would get better, then it would get worse, and I do see an eating disorder. You know that she was very, very thin. I don't have any kind of medical facts on that. All right, so don't sue me. Don't try to sue me. I'm going intuitively. I'm thinking intuitively. I'm thinking with my third eye, and that's what I'm feeling. When I do a cold read on it, I see her by the beach. She's walking. She's got that white outfit on. It's like is it a silk? Because it looks cottony. Anyhow, might be a mixture, but it's white and it's rolled up at the legs, and she's just so thin. She's very bony. And she said the only time she felt good was when she was pregnant and nursing pregnant, because pregnancy was such a gift, and she gave her body grace during that time. So she has 2 sets of twins. So she had 5 kids, so she had 2 sets of twins. So that means she was, all right, 1 kid, then a set of twins, and another set of twins. So she was pregnant 3 times total, 2 times twins. Lot, right? So I see her looking at the water. This is when she's alone, so I feel like this is when she was single. But then after she was married and had the kids, she still wanted to have that feeling of like her life is in front of her. after she had the kids and things started getting very, very violent and manipulative with Photos Dulos, Photos douchebag, I like to call him, okay? And I'm going to call him that, okay? He can't do anything about it. Anyway, he's never going to hurt anybody again. So, she still wanted to have that alone time, that her time, okay? Her writing is very important. That's why I said before, if anybody can get me, find a way that I can get that pages of her writing, or if indeed she does have it in a book, if I can get it, I would like to, dedicate some readings towards reading straight from her words, because I really feel like I'll tap into her. It'll be closer than holding a photograph. Okay, but she did something very similar that I did. I wrote my memoir, but I was supposed to make that into my first book. And then 9/11 happened, and I was teaching, and it was my first teaching job full time with the kids. And so many kids, parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles did not come back to pick them up from school, and they never came home. And so the kids came back to school and they were like, "You said our family would be there at home. They were just late." And they never came back. And there was hardly any books on it, so I had to put my memoir to the side and create a book that would help kids to deal with not 9/11, but just deal with in general of losing a parent, a grandparent, a person close to the family. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. She just said, you haven't written much lately. I used to like when you would write more. And you're right, I haven't written. I always say I want to go back to it. Yeah. Is that what they were trying to say? Okay. Okay, I'm going to read this paper and then, guys, no, she just gave me a message, so I'm going to write it down. Jen. I'm not ready to talk about this because I'm not ready to do it. It's not as easy as people think it is. But I'm writing it down for Jen. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So she was depressed, and then she would come out of it. Okay. Was she on medication? I think at the end, when she got divorced or separated, she did have to go, get some medication, but I don't know the extent of that. I don't know if she was definitely on any kind of medication. But good for her if she was. There was a time that I was depressed and I was on medication as well. Yeah. Did her father have cancer? He's totally fine, and he did help her to transition over, and he was there to meet her. But did he die of cancer? Yeah. Okay. So something was overlooked. Yeah. So she was saying something was overlooked in a placement, and I do feel like there's different places that they need to go. I think that maybe she was in pieces. Katrina. What's that, Jen? I could still be found. My sister or best friend. Oh, Okay, yeah, this was another message she said. So she's saying I could still be found. And I hope so, Jennifer. That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to get some more energy going, rolling in your case. And then I have the cards. And I'm not good with locations and directions, but I'm going to go with what you tell me, okay? So the writer, she's saying Brooklyn is important. Brooklyn is important. Okay. So she said, I could still be found. My sister or best friend, the person who is a writer, like her, the person who maybe she went to college with you. She couldn't afford the college you went to. She went to a different college. She's saying, but she's my friend. Notice how she says she's my friend in the present, because when people pass over to heaven, you don't lose them as your mom, you don't lose them as your friend, you don't lose them as your aunt, okay? They still talk in the present like that. They're watching over their friend, they're watching over their children, they're watching over their cousin, they're watching over their old person, the person they used to have an apartment with. I just heard that. Oh, okay. So she's saying, Jennifer is saying that I want you, Katrina, I want you to contact the person who was she's calling her a sister, but I don't know if she's a sister. She, like, you know how I call a lot of people my soul sisters? She's like, she's my best friend. Unless her sister, because I know she has a sister, one sister, I think that helps out with the kids. But maybe that sister, is she into writing as well? Because she's saying this person is a writer like me, okay? And she wants her to write my book. That's what the message I got when I was on the couch. And then I pulled up my book and I pulled up my purple pen and I started writing. She wants somebody that knows her, that's either her sister or her best friend or both, to write a book about her life story. Okay? She doesn't want people to forget her. She doesn't want her kids to just know the horror. Okay? And that's all they'll know unless somebody writes this book. Okay? And at first I was getting a little scared because I was thinking she thought she wanted me to write the book. But that's a little bit later. Let me finish what I said. This is only one page of notes. Why can't I get through it? Why? Does it take me so long? 32 minutes in? Are you kidding me? Okay. I could still be found. My sister or best friend, the writer, the creative, should write my book for me. Brooklyn. See again, Brooklyn. Brooklyn came up. Manhattan. Something found in it. Something could be found or was found in Brooklyn or Manhattan or both. And then a child, I still get this vision. And this, you go back to my first videos on Jennifer Dulos. I didn't know her from Adam, okay? A couple of my subs, mainly Carol Plant and Eileen Root, that I call Bayo, they had contacted me, especially Carol. She had mailed me the newspapers from Connecticut, the different things, different issues, and they send me clips of videos, which I still don't know how to do myself. But especially the newspaper was really helpful for me because I touched it. I was able to get this picture. Maybe I downloaded it from the computer, but I'm not sure. But anything like a magazine that had Jennifer in it, I'm able to touch it, I'm able to feel it, I'm able to extract the energy from it. So in other words, she wants somebody that knows her and loves her, and that you've talked. She goes, Katrina, tell them, remember we talked about writing a book, or remember we talked about writing our own books? That was one of the best times in my life. Oh, I'm glad, Jen. Yeah. But she was like, they got to get busy. We got to get busy. again. And, I know it was traumatic, and she goes, I don't want everybody to focus so much on my exit. I am in heaven. I have been in heaven since that day in May. Okay? Okay. But she wants for her children, she wants for her friends and anybody to know her. She goes, I don't want to have just been murdered in vain. God will take care of all the people that hurt me. And then she says, but that's the story of her life. It wasn't all sad, but some of the sadness, the depression, she wants that to be brought out because she was depressed and so shy that a lot of times she felt that she had to stay with photos and put up with him. And he was violent because she shows me running away from him, getting hit. She shows me hiding a black eye, bruise, grabbing her arms. He definitely was abusive. And so what she's trying to say is, this is like a perfect storm. You're pregnant, and she had a lot of money. Okay, so my mother escaped, got divorced from my father, and had 6 kids to take care of. And we were very poor. Okay, my mother didn't even have a job. My mother had to borrow a typewriter from different neighbors. She was only allowed to borrow it for a certain amount of time, like maybe 2 days from one person, 3 days from another person, or a couple of hours. They were always asking for it back. We didn't even have enough money for a typewriter so that my mother could practice, so that she can get a job to take care of the 6 kids. Okay, some of the kids were older. The 3 oldest, they were older, but they were still living in the house. Okay, but my point is, if my mother could do that, and somebody with loads of money felt that they had to stay, why? Because they got very depressed. See, my mother didn't suffer with that, thank God. I mean, not that she would tell anybody, okay? But a lot of people told her, you got to get away from Mr. Brady because, he's violent, he's an alcoholic. So it was obvious. But with Photos Dulos being a narcissist, that wasn't so obvious. She wants that brought to the forefront by somebody writing a book about it, or several books. Okay, I know people have written books about it, but in relation to her, you have depression or low self-esteem, you can have all the money in the world. You can have the biggest castle, living in a castle. But if you don't have that self-esteem to feel like you can change your life and take care of your kids, she knew she could take care of the kids. Her mother had money, she had money, okay? But when you're in a depressive state, the narcissist and the different evil parts of Dulos made it so her feel so downtrodden that she just accepted him having girlfriends, having affairs. She accepted it. She didn't talk about it, but she let a few short people, and she let me know. She knew that it was happening, but she just didn't have the energy to pick herself up, sometimes with the depression and eating disorder. Okay, she still gets a little bit, not insulted, but like shy about the eating disorder. But that needs to be brought to the forefront too. Okay, you can be rich and very successful and educated and talented, but still have so many things that hold you back from having a healthy, happy life. She finally got on her own and took her kids out of that house because she knew he would never allow her. He wasn't going to let her just walk out. So she finally rented a house that was really expensive in a different place and got all the kids and got them to that safe place. And many times she brought them to her mother's and herself to her mother's, okay? He still was after her for the money. She was like, all right, I know you have a girlfriend. Go be with her. That's your choice. Go be with. You've been with her all this time, cheating on me when you were at the ski resort and whatnot. I don't care anymore. She had fallen out of love with the narcissist. And they don't like that. Anyway, she wants her story told. In short, she wants a story told. Okay? Let me see if I can read this paper. So I didn't want to... I always aim to do a short video, but Jennifer, you're worth it. Okay. So something is overlooked. I could still be found. And that makes me so happy, Jennifer. I want you to be found. So many people want you to be found. Or even any kind of DNA. So sister or best friend, please write her book. That'll get the creative flow, and that'll get the energy of Jennifer Farber Dulos around. Write my book for me. Please write my book for me. Brooklyn and Manhattan are very important. Something was found in it. And then my vision that I always have as a child is in a yellow raincoat with that old-fashioned rain hat and the raincoat. And there was a big rainstorm. And now her and her mother are walking around, and something is found by the mother and the child. It has to do with Jennifer. Okay. I still see it. When I still see a vision that I saw years ago and it didn't come true yet, then it means that it's still on the docket. Okay, what can I tell you? I see these things, I tell you these things. Okay, so the other day, yesterday and today, I had the dream about summer that I'll do separate. But in short, Jennifer was just telling me before, maybe, Jen said, maybe you can write to Katrina, maybe you could write about all the cases you worked on. And including in the cases is, of course, Shanann, Jennifer Dulos, Summer, Gannon, Sincere and Classic, JJ and Tylee, Michael Vaughn, Harmony. Okay. But, Jennifer, you're not the only one who asks me that. In spirit. Not here, not on earth. In spirit. It's just that I suffer from depression too. Situational depression. And sometimes when I think about the cases, sometimes I'm sad because I feel like I didn't solve it. I didn't find the clue. I didn't get the person home. And but I will listen to you in terms of writing more, because I used to write poems, I used to write short stories, I used to write my memoirs, and I vlog a lot now, so that if I die, my book might not get bought, but if I die, you can watch my videos. That's my gift to you. Anyhow, but I will think about that. I will think very hard about that. Okay, let's do some cards for you now. Okay, I gotta light the Palo Santo. And any messages that you want to bring, please bring it to the forefront. Yeah, so when I think about Jennifer and her case, I'm gonna pay extra attention to where can we find her DNA, her bones. And it just made me happy because she indeed said that, yeah, I could be found. I could still be found. I could still be found. And I am just holding on to that. Please, God, help us to find Jennifer Farber Dulos. Please help us to find something of Jennifer, to give her children and her mom and her sister and her friends peace. there was something weird with, like, when I did the thing with the sewers, there was something that kept coming up in my mind, in my mind's eye, my third eye, whatever you want to call it. And it was like, was she stuffed in that sewer in the back of that yard? I can't even remember the houses. I know it was a house that they used to live in. But I really believe that the people who checked really did check for the DNA, and they went through everything and they didn't find anything. But I feel like maybe could she have been moved? He didn't have that much time before everybody was watching him. Could he have turned the cameras off and then turned them back on again? And we know now that he had help from not only Michelle Triconis, even though she denies it, and says she didn't know what they were throwing away and cleaning up after. Yeah, right. Okay. And Ken Milhowie, I know I'm saying his name wrong, the lawyer friend, who was going to kill his own wife. And then at one point they were going to switch. Dulos was going to kill his wife, and he was going to kill Jennifer for him. And they even had two graves dug out in the golfing place where they used to go. Anyhow, God will bring all the justice that we need. It's just that we want to ask the angels, and any archangels that are really good at finding things, and Saint Anthony. Please, Saint Anthony, help us find something of Jennifer Farber Dulos. Please, Saint Anthony, please, dear God. Please, all the angels and spirit guides for Jennifer Dulos and Jennifer Dulos' sweet family, children. Please help us to find her. Somebody that's retired. I feel like there's a retired person that was working on the case. And he promised, like when he retired, he was like looking at Jennifer's case, and he said, I promise, I'm not going to let you go cold. I'm not going to let your case go cold. I'm going to still be on it even though I'm retired. That's what she just showed me. Yeah, we need somebody to look through that file. Look up something about what was found in Brooklyn that he threw away, and something in Manhattan. And Bayo and Carol, my purple pal, and anybody in Connecticut that knows this case. Do you know anything? I was asking my husband. He was like, what? What am I, Google? I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm just like, okay, is Red Bank, New Jersey? Does Red Bank, New Jersey have anything? Is it really far from Connecticut? And he was like, well, I guess you could drive there. Yeah, I don't know how many miles it is. But for some reason, I kept hearing, what about Red Bank? So could he have put something in Red Bank too? I know they tracked that car, but that car was his friend's car, his worker's car. So I don't think they tracked that one. I mean, they saw him at different stops. Anyhow, Bayo, let me know, and Carol, let me know, and Kim from Insightly Digest. Does Red Bank, New Jersey have anything to do with Jennifer Farber Dulos' case? Okay. Spirit guides and angels and spirit guides of Jennifer Farber Dulos, I'm asking, and Jennifer Farber's dad, I don't know his name, but Jennifer's dad, his angels and spirit guides, could you help me? In heaven, you are all-knowing, and you were saying that we were close, but then something happened. Somebody overlooked something, and that's in my notes. Somebody overlooked something at that last search site. I know it was the septic tank, but she wasn't in there. Because if there was any DNA, they would have found it. And originally I had seen her in some sort of like, is by the water, like stuffed in that cement thing, because she was very small. But I'm thinking, no. I'm thinking maybe when he, in the garage, take me back to the garage, where all the blood was made. Was she possibly cut up? Not burned, but cut up. And that's why there were so many places that he was dropping off. Why would you just drop off clothing that was soaked full of blood? Okay, anyhow, I'm asking Jennifer Farber Dulos to come in the cards and let us know where you are. That's my question. Where can we find your body, your physical body, or anything, remnants of your physical body? Show me in the cards and show me in my mind. I'm open and receptive to receiving any messages from Jennifer Farber Dulos or the spirit guides of Jennifer Farber Dulos and the spirit guides of her dad, Mr. Farber. I know you did. I know you wanted to. He says, I wish I could have stood up for my daughter instead of giving in to that jerk. My daughter should be with her family. I know, sir. You did the best that you could. Your daughter loves you very much. You did the best that you could. You knew that she loved him and she wanted to make a life just like you had with your wife, with her mother. Please give us some clues with the cards for Jennifer Farber Dulos. Thank you so much. Please give us clues for Jennifer Farber Dulos. Jennifer Farber Dulos. Where are you, Jennifer? Where can we find you? Give us a letter. See, I have letter cards. If I can get some places, if you guys can give me some places to look up, I can do my letter cards and dowsing rods. But they take a lot of energy, the dowsing rods. That's why you see me do them very, very rarely. Anyhow, I was getting ready for my trip. Okay. Every day getting ready for my trip. Stupid. Okay. Dear God and my spirit guides, I'm asking my spirit guides, especially Lily, Jonathan, Grace, Suzanne, and Jennifer herself, Jennifer Farber Dulos. I know that you were unconscious when Dulos put you somewhere, or many places, but where can we find, can you give us a hint where we could find your physical body? Are you in the park? I think the park has been searched. I don't know if cadaver dogs were there though. Not at the houses. You're not at the houses anymore, right? Yeah, because that's the first thing that everybody would go to is the houses, right? Is there a place in Brooklyn that she used to go to, a beach in Brooklyn as a child? Is it Brooklyn or Manhattan Beach or Brooklyn Beach? I'm not from Brooklyn. I know I sound like I'm from Brooklyn, but I'm from Staten Island, but my parents were born in Brooklyn, so. And so was Devin, so I should ask him some questions too, but. Because I'm looking at something, is like, is this something nostalgic? Maybe he put her somewhere, or part of her, oh, now you could always be at this beach, thinking he's doing her a favor. Okay, thank you. Jennifer Farber Dulos, Jennifer Farber Dulos, let us know where you are. Let us know where you are, please. Thank you, spirit guides. Thank you, angels. Thank you, dear God. Thank you, Lily and Jonathan. you, Suzanne. Jeanette, please help us. Help Jennifer. Give Jennifer a stronger voice. 'Cause I know she's very, very sweet and very soft-spoken. And she wants that book written. She came in through very tough on that one. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to do these first. Oh my gosh. I was re-watching one of my videos on, two of my videos on Jennifer. And what came up is something that just came up again. Oh boy. Okay. I haven't done my crime cards in so long. Okay, the first thing I got was this garbage bag, which we know about the garbage bags, wrapped in a tarp and or garbage bag. Okay, that's been proven. In the water. Carnival Fair, amusement park, circus. Oh my gosh. Hey, babe. Dev? What is that park in Brooklyn where they would have the mermaid parade? You know, near Gravesend, where they had like a carnival. What? Was there another name? Okay, maybe Coney Island? Okay. Because I'm doing a video. Over by Gravesend. If you went straight, you would go right into it. You know what it is. You never took me there. Yeah. It might be Coney Island. Anyhow, I got carnival. I don't know why. Fair, amusement park, circus. Let me know if that means anything to you. It is? Okay, Coney Island. Does Coney Island mean anything to Jennifer Dulos? Let me know, guys. It's definitely near the water. I used to work over on Gravesend, Brooklyn. So if I went straight, I would be getting off Coney Island. I would see that, you know, Coney Island exit, but I made the left to go to Gravesend, Brooklyn to work. Okay. I got choked, suffocated. Okay. 2 to 4 years. Well, it's been 3 years. All the kids are 3 years older. Okay, theft, fraud. This is so crazy. This is the same cards that I got 3 years ago or 2 years ago. Just put in Mystic Brady / Jennifer Dulos. And I don't have many. I probably have 8, maybe more, maybe 10. But when I had these cards, I just made these cards up maybe, I guess, 2 years ago. Not even sure. Anyway, the same cards are coming out. Theft. Yeah, stolen from. Fraud. Check please. Stealing. Petty. Contractual. Look at that. And it was proven that Photos Dulos stole loads of money from both her parents, wasn't paying it back, was brought to court back and forth because he just didn't want to pay it back. Okay? And that's why he didn't want to get divorced from her. because he wanted to keep her as his money grab to supply him with everything. Okay? And then he could spend it on his girlfriend, Michelle Duisberg. Time frame, age, something happened at this age, between 5 and 7. So I don't know if it's saying something happened with the kids between 5 and 7, or something happened with Jennifer between this age, 5 and 7. Jennifer, is this about you? No. She's telling me she had a beautiful, she goes, Katrina, I was always trying to mirror my parents' relationship. I had a beautiful childhood and teenagehood, except for a little bit of depression and the eating disorder. But she said, I was always trying to have a relationship like my parents had. So she's telling me the feeling I'm getting, because she's looking right at me, is I'm feeling like she's saying between something, when my kids were between the ages of 5 and 7, that's when things started to get really bad. I mean, she had all ages. I think the oldest one 3 years ago was 12 or 13, and then the youngest one, I think she was a baby, 3 or 4. Okay, I'm trying. Tied up, and I'm pretty sure they did find zip ties. Okay, I don't feel like she was fully dead at first, and I'm sorry to say that. She's like, it's okay. I'm okay now. That's the important thing. But I feel like when she goes in, right? He goes there on his bike so that she wouldn't see any car or anything. So she'd totally be ambushed. They did have a fight, a short fight. She turned around, and I think there's always been like a sink area. You go up from the garage, and there's a sink area, and it goes into the kitchen area, or maybe a wet bar area. She did get up there, and she has like flip-flop, like flat shoes on, because she thought she was just going home to get changed, take a shower, get changed, and go to the doctor, which was in Manhattan. I don't know if it was a psychiatrist or a physical doctor, but she had appointments, just like Shanann. She did not make it. And I hear a fight. I hear screaming and yelling. She's very shocked that he's in her home, in her garage, and then follows her up into she wanted to get out of the garage. So she went up a couple of stairs. That's what she's showing me. And in this area, I feel like she's keeping her space from him, because she knows that he could snap her neck. She knows that he could do anything to her. But there was definitely a knife involved. So I'm thinking, I feel like she was knocked out. She screamed and yelled, you're not gonna get the kids to go live with you. Because I think he was trying to do that so that he can get more money. She just wanted the kids and to be left alone. Just leave me alone, but you do have to pay my parents back. Yeah, my father died. You still have to pay my father and mother back, okay? It's my mother's money, and it's not yours. So I hear this for sure. Like she was not in love with him anymore. She saw him for the devil that he was, and she tried her best to get out of that. She knew it. She told people, he's going to kill me if I ever leave him again, or try to leave him, or where he ends up having to pay alimony and money back. He's going to try to kill me. He will kill me. I think that's what she said. He's going to try to kill me. He will kill me. somebody was run over. This is not a psychic thing. This is just, what about the person that got run over? Was it his mother was visiting? And he came home and he ran her over by accident with the car? She died. Was it his mother? Was he trying to tell, was his mother trying to warn Jennifer? Because he did something effed up when he was a little kid, and he's a little boy. See, these things, when they're narcissists, psychopaths, sociopaths, things will happen when they're a child that are really effed up. Things will happen in school, things will happen in the house, like dangerous things, like starting a fire, hurting somebody and not really caring, poisoning somebody and not caring. Okay, he did something as a child. For some reason, I feel like his mother from Greece, although she loved him, was on Jennifer's side in a way, was afraid for Jennifer. Somebody that's on the case, tell me who was killed, who was run over in their driveway. By photos, right? Not by Jennifer. Okay. And I think a babysitter or a housekeeper saw it, witnessed it, and she was fired. Yeah. Did I do all of them? Okay. Let me just do a couple more. Jennifer Dulos. Please let us know anything about Jennifer Dulos. Where can we find her? Where can we find her? I know you said Brooklyn is important. Coney Island. I gotta write that down. Red Bank. I don't know. I specifically heard the word Red Bank. What about Red Bank? Did something happen in Red Bank? How long would it take you to drive from Connecticut to Red Bank? Okay. I can't Google when I'm on my phone. Wow, this is late. Okay. Jennifer's worth it. Jennifer Dulos, Jennifer Dulos. Thank you for validation. Thank you for validation. Okay. Yeah, I haven't done these cards in a hot minute. Places. I asked for places to show me places. Okay. Schools, stores, and fast food. Okay. Notice this says burgers, like a burger joint. So, like, you know how there's like a line of stores, be a fast food place and a Dollar Tree and like that. So what about this area? Okay, one of the garbage dumping places had the fast food place right near it. Okay, he did it for a reason, because he found out when the garbage gets picked up, and he figured the garbage would just get picked up, but it didn't. He messed up. He Ron'd it up on that one. So anyhow, when these people, detectives, can go through the case, her paperwork on all the bags, that all has to be looked at again. Hang it all over the wall. Throw it out all over the table and look at each one again. Because she's saying that one of those places, the dumping site, had really specific information that was overlooked. And it's the dumping site that was right near the fast food restaurant and the chain of stores. Okay. Okay. This is why I said validation before. Something with the choking, and then we get a second validation, which is strangled. Okay, but I feel like the strangling just knocked her out. Yeah. Where is the strangling card? I don't know what happened to the strangling card. Oh, here it is. So we got the strangling and we got choked, suffocated. Okay, so what I'm saying is it knocked her out. She was still alive. And then I feel like stabbing. She was still breathing. She was just knocked out. Like, you know, when if you get choked, you can just pass out and people think you're dead. But she was still, she kind of came to. And then he realized he was going to have to, it was all anger, all. And I don't believe Michelle was there for that. I believe Ken knew what was going to go on, and Ken got a phone call hearing that's why he could be very helpful in the case, because he got the phone call saying, I just killed my wife. I just killed Jennifer. And then he was out. He didn't want to help because it was too real and scary. And he knew he would probably get in, trouble for it. So I don't know what his status is, if he's still in jail, if he's still on a monitor, I'm not sure. Okay, that's why this case has to come back up again. Anyhow. Okay, so this validates that I think that the main thing was the choking and suffocating. There's 2 cards for it. Otherwise, I would have got a stabbing card. But I see a stabbing in my mind. I see a blood cut up. Bleh. Oh, you're not dead yet? Okay, bleh. Put zip ties on you, get you all ready to put you in the trunk and get rid of your body. But then all of a sudden you hear, and like a crying, moaning. Feel like a big bump on a head. And then he's like, oh, you're not going to get me. I'm going to get you. And that's when the stabbing. Hence the big cleanup. That's when Michelle was called. And don't be mistaken. She helped him clean up. She helped him clean up that garage because it was all scrubbed clean. And then, so what were they throwing out? In garbage bags, throwing out Jennifer's blood-soaked bra, Jennifer's blood-soaked shirt, and blood-soaked pants. I don't know if the shoes were found. Shoes probably fell off. Shoes were probably inside the garage. And I don't know. Anyhow, I'm thinking if you have the blood-soaked clothes, where is her body? Maybe he did attempt to cut it up. Okay, it's not pretty. It's not happy to talk about it, but I do it for her. She just said, please, Palo Santo, for your sake too. Okay, thank you. Why am I in trouble? No. Opposite. It's just for energy. Because the Palo Santo, from what I learned, Palo Santo takes the negative and just leaves you with the positive energy. Clears your chakras. Clears any negative spirits in the room. Any negative energy. Whereas the sage, which I love, I love my sage. And I had to start using it. It's okay, I'll open the door and I'll open the curtain when I'm done. But it's just, they said that the white sage does take care of some negative energy, and negative spirits, but it keeps everything in unless you open a window or a door. So I'm gonna just literally open the door into the living room, and I'm sure my husband won't like that, but I gotta sage it up. It's just that the Palo Santo goes out so quickly. Okay. Please just let us have a couple of information about leading to Jennifer Dulos. We have ashy hair, male or female. The hair can be salt and pepper if it's not dyed brown. Blue eyes, fair skin, brown hair. What does that mean? Somebody who has information about Jennifer. Does this describe Ken? Does he have light eyes but his hair went gray because he's in jail, prison? Okay. And I have located, or that was a time frame. Located, or that was a time frame. 8 to 10 years. I hope not. Oh, I hope not. 6 to 12 months. What happened in the 6 to 12 months after Jennifer went missing? Something big happened? Yeah, I think he was arrested. And I think it took 6 months. And then I think he killed himself before it was a year, right? I don't know, somebody tell me. Somebody let me know. Okay. Now I'm just gonna... One more for Jennifer on this one. Who was I just talking about? Suicide. Dulos. Thank you, dear God. Thank you, guides. Thank you, Jennifer. See, some people had this whole thing and some YouTubers were like, oh, Dulos was murdered. The Greek mafia, the regular mafia, family members from Jennifer, they murdered him. He didn't kill himself. He wrote that letter. They forced him to write that letter, And I was always like, no, he's a coward. He did not want to go back to jail. He was used to building mansions and living in this wild life, easy life, with somebody else's money, with Jennifer's father and mother's money, with Jennifer's money. He didn't want to go back to a 8x10 cell or 6x4, whatever it is. Don't make me do math. Anyway, he killed himself, and he wasn't even successful. He still lived for a week in the hospital. Anyway, she's letting us know, yes, he committed suicide because he did not want to go back. Okay, so now I was just told to do these cards, just 4. Okay, there will be a celebration. So that's good news. Let me get my glasses because I cannot see. Excuse me. Celebration and bright happenings. I hope so, Jennifer. Cups have to do with love and friendship, emotions, okay? This celebration card is usually at weddings, graduations. It could be, getting good news, finding something about Jennifer or of Jennifer's with DNA on it. That's all we would need. That's all we would need. Okay. I mean, we have the bloody clothes. We know she's in heaven. But we just need, and the guy who did it is dead by his own hand, and in hell. Okay. Queen of Wands. This is a woman over 25 years, green eyes, blonde to red hair, positive, fiery, and outspoken. And I just heard, she's my friend. Does she have a friend like this? She's holding the sunflower. And the cat over here, meaning she could be psychic too. So I feel like there's a friend that, like, ever since Jennifer passed away or Jennifer was murdered, her life has not been the same. It's like she can't, like, get back on the train of life. She can't, like, she feels like everybody's forgetting. And so if she's the one with the writing skills, if she's the friend from, like, that has the same thing in common as Jennifer, which was writing memoirs and writing vlogs and things like that, she needs to speak up and start a channel about Jennifer, or just start writing about Jennifer. Okay? But she comes in as, she's my friend. Katrina, she's my friend. Could that be your mom? No, I don't think that's describing her mom. Then we got the Eight of Pentacles. Work, paid work. Work, paid work? Yeah, this is like working on something, putting things together, getting paid for it, but almost done, but not done yet. Still almost done. He's got the last pentacle to be put up here. Did they ever make, like, a thing for Jennifer, like the Jennifer Farber organization for children, or like a bench in her memory, something in Manhattan or Brooklyn or Connecticut for Jennifer in her memory? I know, because they didn't find her remains fully, but they found the bloody shirts and all that jazz. I don't know, I just feel like that would be really good. Somebody's working on something towards it. And I just heard, and I appreciate it, Katrina. I appreciate anything anybody does in my name. And she so appreciates her mom and her sister for what they're doing for the kids, to raise the kids. She wishes, she knows they like New York. The mom lives in New York with the kids, but she's like wishing that one of the houses that the mom still owns, it's more like in a country setting. Or is it Connecticut, or is it upstate New York? She wishes that they can all move to that house, because there was only happy memories in that house. So maybe it's her childhood summer house. And I don't know if it's Connecticut, or it looks more like upstate New York. Yeah, she's like, some of my kids will not, some of them, because she just got 5, she said some of them will do just fine in the city kids. She goes, but there's a few of them that would be better off in a more of a country setting, in more of a house setting, not like, take elevator up to the penthouse. Yeah, she wants them to have that experience. So I think she's shown me like a summer home of some type. Something she experienced. She's worried about her mom. Her mom is 90. But she knows that her sister takes an active role, and she appreciates that so much. She said, how can I ever give you a gift to my mom and to my sister that's big enough to show my gratitude for what you did to raise my family? Well, I think you just did it, because you just said it. And maybe your sister and your mom will see my video. Okay. 7 of Wands, frustrations you are able to overcome. Your frustration, you are on top of the situation. So that's a positive. The Seven of Wands is positive because it's like getting more control of your situation. Okay, just give us two more in terms of where can we find Jennifer Dulos' physical body? Where can we find her physical body so that we can bring her home and give her a decent burial and give closure to the children and her mom and her sister and her friends and her cousins. I think there's a cousin that really had a mirror life, a similar life to Jennifer. And who's Susan? Not Suzanne, Susie, Sue. Yeah, Susie. That name came up too. I don't think I'm talking about Suzanne Morphew. Yeah, this isn't related to Jennifer. Okay. Oh, I like this card. Okay, the High Priestess, highest card in the tarot deck. Very powerful, good or bad secrets to be revealed. I like that. That means like nothing will be in darkness anymore. Everything will come out to the light. Okay, and then we have Five of Wands, arguments, battles around you. Okay. Yeah, but I don't feel scared by it. I don't feel scared with this card. Because with this card being right next to it, it's like the goodness. Secrets will come out. People don't like when secrets come out, so they fight against it. Let's keep it down. Let's keep it quiet. Let's keep it buried. Because certain people won't be able to make money. Certain people will go to jail. Okay? But the secrets are going to be unlocked, and the power of God and the power of good will overwin evil and the darkness. Okay, I'm going to end it there. I'm just going to say a little prayer for Jennifer, and if there's any other messages that come, if you guys want me to do another one, I mean this one is all day long. But if there's any other messages or information that comes out, I will do another one, okay? Please, dear God, let the spirit of Jennifer rest easy. Jennifer Farber Dulos. Rest easy, and let me just get my closing prayer because my mind can't always remember everything memorized. Father, thank you that you have revealed to us today your love. We invite you to send us out from here in the power of the Holy Spirit. Fan into the flame the gifts that...
Cat?
Yeah, still on.
You were here.
The gifts.
What?
I'm doing a video.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm almost done.
Okay.
Fan into the flame the gifts. Close out this reading, and please do not allow any more messages until I ask. Surround me, my family, my home, those who watch my videos, into a white light of protection and love and peace from the divine. Thank you in Jesus' name. That's my one closing prayer, and then I have another one. There is a white light of crystals, pearls, and glitter around me. Let's take 3 cleansing breaths. Another one. One more. There is a white light of crystals and pearls and glitter around me and you. We did our cleansing breaths. Spirits of love and light, come to the gateway of my soul and protect me from all that is evil. I thank God and the divine for all their help, but I am now closing out and ending this reading. And all the spirits can go safely into heaven, and all my angels stay with me like they always do, and stay with you like they always do. In Jesus' name, amen.